Doing pretty good. How about yourself, Professor?
Doing pretty good. Hanging in there for a Wednesday.
Uh,
To teach this week.
We're almost there. It's hump day.
Not too bad.
So today, are we just going over the negotiation again, or is there more information?
We're going to go over a little bit more stuff. Some people didn't quite finish their negotiations, so we're going to let them spend a few minutes negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to add to that negotiation and touch on a few other stuff, so I'll talk about all that when we get going.
All right.
All 78 people in the room, I guess.
I only had like 60 something.
Yeah, last week we were missing about 20 people.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure they'll sign on today.
That's okay. Last week or earlier this week was 420, so they're all probably getting high.
There we go. There we go.
Technically, it's 420 all month.
It is 420 all month.
It helps with negotiations.
Oh, yeah, so you guys are perma-stoned? Is that how that works for all month?
That's why that's why everybody's taking it pretty easy to stay inside. Yeah, we'll self-quarantine all month. All right.
You see the marijuana industry is up 45% since the start of quarantines.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's expanding rapidly apparently. People are just staying home getting high.
Yep.
That's funny. Plus they have delivery now too.
Yes, they do.
The state of California made it legal to deliver marijuana.
And it's actually considered an essential business right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went into the wrong business.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
Who's down? I got connections.
Let's get it, Aaron. Me and you.
Cheech and Chung, I think, own dispensaries anyway in LA.
They own a couple. They actually have a brand. It's called Chong's Choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
And you know this how?
I've worked with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I go to his birthday every year.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You get a +1.
Actually, the industry is very, very nice. It's kind of a mentality of there's plenty to go around. So +1s are always important.
My wife went to school with a girl who used to work in the porn industry, and she had some ethical issues with that, so she moved over to the marijuana industry. So now she's fine with selling marijuana, but not porn.
Well, that's quite a pivot.
Yeah, I know, huh? Okay, so we got 44 people, and we got a minute over. So we'll give them a few more minutes to filter in. Simon, clothing is not optional. All right. Well, Tanner, you're the only one at email, maybe besides Thomas, so we will go over that later. Everybody else decided not. It was a no call, no show. Or Tim was the one that emailed me. So Tim or Thomas. I can't remember how it came over on email. All right. So let's get started. We got all of 51 people. So the last thing I told everybody was remember what group you were in, because you're going to move around and go back to the same place to finish up these negotiations. So in case you forget, that's an automatic F for your participation points for today. Just kidding. I have everybody's what room they were in. So if you don't remember, ask me and I'll tell you what room to go to. So unfortunately, I can't do everybody at one time ahead of time, because what will happen is there's nobody in the room, so I can't send anybody to the room. So you guys can actually move yourselves to the breakout rooms that you were in before. And those of you that missed Monday, we'll go ahead and let you renegotiate, and you can do that for half the points. Okay, question so far?
Professor, would you mind sharing the different groups so that people will know where they need to go?
Yeah, I can do that.
Does everyone remember what breakout room they were in? No? Okay.
Got it.
A couple of head shake.
Okay, I will share that with you shortly after we do a brief little my spiel that I'm going to do. All right, so we got 56 in the so far. So let's do my. There we go. All right, so here we are, April 22nd, week 2. I'm sorry, second day of the week. So my real world negotiation. You guys ready for this? You want to see how good of a negotiator I am?
Woohoo!
Okay, so I took Brittany's advice. I called my Mercury Insurance agent, a company called PhD Insurance. So they're basically a broker for Mercury Insurance, who's a huge insurance company. And I said, hey, I'm stuck at home. My commute is all of about 10 feet from my bedroom to my other bedroom that I have my office set up into, and I'm not driving it anymore. I would like to update that on my insurance policy. So what do you think they told me? They told me we are not authorized to change anybody's insurance right now. I said, but I'm not driving anymore, and you're charging me as if I'm going to drive. And they said, well, we're going to give everybody a 15% discount. And I said, well, my 15% discount is nowhere near what I'm driving 100 miles a day that you're charging me for. And they go, well, it's not our problem. Give us a call in June. We don't care. Have a nice day. All right. So what do you think happened then?
Well, then you said you were going to switch insurance policies because that's F and BS.
No, I did not. But that would be a BATNA, wouldn't it? That would be my best alternative. Okay. So I didn't talk to Mercury directly, so I called Mercury and I said, hey, this is what my insurance agent broker is saying. And they're going, yeah, that's the information we gave them. And I'm going, well, let me talk to somebody who can do something about it. Well, we're not doing anything about it. Have a nice day. Goodbye. So I got absolutely nowhere. I asked for a supervisor. They didn't do anything. So basically they shut me down, right? So I had no alternatives other than what my BATNA was, to go to a different insurance company and start this whole process all over again, which I really didn't want to do. I've been with this company for many years, and I double check the insurance, what I'm paying premiums every 3 years to make sure I'm getting a good deal and all that other stuff. So they've treated me pretty well over the years. So I kind of wanted to stay with them. So I checked my email, and there was a request for a survey, right? So I gave them all the lowest marks. I told them exactly what happened. And lo and behold, I get a phone call from Mercury, from an agent. He said, hey, what's going on? And I explained to him, I said, this is what's going on. I go, I don't want to, I go, my only alternative is to switch insurance. Oh, wait, don't do that. We'll work something out with you. And the guy said, well, we're going to give you 15% off. And I said, well, no, that's not going to work. And I go, and I think this might be a conversation I might want to have with an attorney, because this sounds like really a class action lawsuit. The guy goes, oh, no, we don't want to go there. So they sent me, he sent me an email and said, your agent's going to be calling you. So less than 5 minutes after I was emailing with him, an agent called me. So they said, Mr. Weigel, we have a great deal for you. We are going to adjust all of this that we said we couldn't adjust before. And we are going to, and also they double checked my policy and said, oh, now that you're a professor, you get an extra discount on top of that. And then all this other stuff. So lo and behold, because I was persistent and kept going on and didn't give up, I got $300 off my insurance every 6 months. So if I just would have stopped when they said, no, there's nothing we can do, nothing would have happened, right? Comments? Questions?
Yeah, what's the percent?
There's no percent. I got $300. I would have only gotten $100 off, but instead I got $300 off.
Did you really have a basis for a lawsuit?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer,
Mm,
but that seems like a class action lawsuit waiting to happen, doesn't it? You can't tell somebody that you can't overcharge somebody for a service you're not providing. That's against the law in California. So they are telling me that I'm driving 100 miles a day, at least 500 miles a week, and they're charging me for that. Now I'm not driving at all. So, okay, questions? All right, so your real world negotiation is due this evening, I believe at 11:59 at midnight. So it doesn't have to be real exciting, but you know, you have to use a concept that you're learning thus far in the class. All right. So in our example of at your service, what was our goal? Is the distributive was basically the capital. There was no way to create more of the pie there, but we could create value with other issues that were involved. Okay, so were you very competitive or were you very cooperative in the negotiation? Let's hear some examples. Who is competitive?
Do you mean just in general, like us who are competitive?
You were competitive with your or with your people you're negotiating with?
No, I was just asking a question. I didn't understand the question kind of. So, not really. I
You
think
guys,
I'm more cooperative.
you're cooperative. You guys tried to work out a decision.
Yeah.
Isaac not responding.
I'm sorry?
Isaac, what did you guys do? Were you guys cooperative or competitive?
I'd say we were a mix of both. At first, it started off pretty, I went with the cooperative route, but immediately, like the person I worked with, he wanted to be a little bit more competitive in that. And so it was kind of like a battle between the two.
Okay.
But I mean, it ended up being, I went in with a very competitive mindset, but I presented it in a cooperative kind of manner. But at the end of it, we were civil, and it was very obvious, like he wanted his way, and he was willing to be like, it's my way or the highway. But I was like, well, let's cooperate, let's make sense of this kind of thing. So then we were able to kind of cooperate, but still be competitive. And I took away his competitive edge a little by little. And then at the end of the day, we both got like a pretty good deal of what we wanted from that last negotiation.
So how was your partner? Was your partner on board with what you wanted to do?
Yeah, my partner was on board.
Okay. So you guys didn't have any conflict there?
No, my partner was, he kind of let me like take the reins and just pilot the negotiation, but he was very helpful in terms of like bringing out like good negotiation points. So then we worked well together in that aspect.
Okay. Okay, good. Anybody else want to share? Were they competitive?
I'd say ours was really competitive. We're talking about the chefs and stuff, right?
Yes.
The chefs were very competitive as well. They were very proud of their awards, and they would not take they needed everything because, they're top level chefs according to them. They can't take anything other than the best. But so I'd say we're very competitive, both of us trying to save money on the business side, and the chef side very competitive on getting their best, cars and best kitchens that they can. So I think the whole thing as a whole is very competitive on both sides.
Okay. So you don't think you guys work cooperatively?
On a couple things, but I feel like they were too easy on it. So I think on both sides, they were a good thing. Like on the equipment, I feel like both sides were probably okay with used equipment, because they were very easy on letting go of the equipment part. But the other stuff, they were very competitive.
So you don't know if they were or not. You guys didn't communicate.
Well, if you put it that way, I guess.
Well, then you guessed wrong. I mean, that was the whole purpose of, integrative type of negotiation, is communicating with the people that you're negotiating with to come to an understanding. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Kaylee, how'd you guys do?
I felt like we did pretty well with Jamie as well, and our team. Yeah, it sounds weird to say opponents, but our team, I felt like we collaborated quite a bit, and we were able to kind of move forward. If we had a point that they found disagreeable, then they would give us their response, and then we move forward that way. And then we were able to reach a decision in the end.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. All right. So let's get back to my little presentation. And we will finish up and then go back to negotiating. Okay. So your focus was on capital, location, van, and machinery. So jointly, you guys wanted to work that out. You didn't want to be so competitive that you couldn't work out those issues, but you wanted to be competitive enough to get what you, at least part of what you wanted. Okay. So a lot of negotiations are position-based as far as interest-based. This one more so was interest-based than position-based, right? Yes, it was. Okay. So everybody turned in your sheets that looked like this and you highlighted it, correct? So on capital, both of them only wanted to invest $5,000. Okay, so they both want to do minimum investment, which is not a really good thing if it's your business and you're going to be working it. You actually want to have more capital invested in that than not in real life. Okay, so options. There really wasn't a benefit for the entrepreneurs to get a storefront because they didn't tell them that this was more than just a catering business. We wanted to have a storefront and takeout business too. So you needed to communicate that type of thing in order to get to that point. Okay, the van, they wanted, entrepreneurs wanted to go cheap. The chefs, they wanted to not have to reinvest money in extra vehicles on some of the bigger jobs. Okay. And the equipment, they both agreed on the equipment, what they should have. So there shouldn't have really been any issue about that. And you guys should have actually talked to each other and cooperated on that issue. Okay. So questions so far?
Professor?
Katie, go ahead.
I thought we were going to finish up the worksheet today and then turn it in by 11:59 p.m. tonight.
You can do that. That's fine. I have a new worksheet for you too. So you guys have to go and download that one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Had another question? No? Okay. Let's talk about participation points. So out of 75 people, we're not doing so great. So this is actually 10% of your grade. So I am letting you know that if you get an A and everything else, you're only going to get a B for not participating. All right. So 10% of your participation grades. There's no date due or anything on this. Just make sure you get it done. By the midterm, you should be all caught up, which is Monday. So there's 4 categories. I only have 3 here, but there's actually 4 now posted. So everybody should participate, and you have to actually post something and then reply to something. Okay. And you can't reply to something until you post something. Questions about this? Yes, it's under discussion. Okay. Okay. First part turned in on iLearn. Get that done today. And you save your worksheets for today's assignment also, right? And then at your service 2.0 is going to be due Friday at midnight. Real world negotiation is due today at midnight. Midterm exam will be Monday, 4/27 on iLearn. It's going to be essay format. We're going to have 5 questions, each worth 20 points. Basically, everything's fair game that we've gone over so far. So know what your BATNA is, distributive, integrative, case studies. Know the at your service, Zephyr was week 3. And week 2 was Union City, and week 1 was Centertech. Okay, so know what those are, know what the BATNOs were for those, know what the main theme behind those. The first one is distributive, second one was integrative, third one was combined, fourth one is mostly integrative, which we did at your service, but it was also a team one, so know that. Okay. Next week, there's no video negotiation because that's pretty much what we've been doing since the start. That was kind of based off of not having a Zoom meeting, so we're just going to do an email one instead. And then questions about that.
Yeah, could you say that breakdown again for each
It's right
negotiation? Integrative, distributive, combination, what was that?
It's right there in front of you. BATNA, distributive, integrative, case studies, and
No, you actually just said the first one was distributive, the second one was something, I missed the second one. The third one was a combination, and the fourth one was integrative with teams.
Centertech, which was distributive, is give and take. Second, Union City, which is integrative. And Zephyr was a combination of both. And then this one at your side was more cooperative. Don't split the middle.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Professor, I'm sorry, this is my first midterm on iLearn. Is it just going to be on the iLearn assignments tab and we turned in on our own, or are we going to be on Zoom?
You're going to be on iLearn and turn it in off of iLearn. It will automatically turn it in. The quiz should only take you a little less than an hour. And then I have some people that have some special requirements. So I will give everybody an hour and a half to do it. If you need more time than that, let me know. But basically, it's a take-home quiz. Don't cheat. I have no way of checking, but you know what? That's the best I can do. Okay, to make it fair for everybody. So any questions about that, or you have special requirements, email me.
Last question. Just we don't have to meet up on Zoom on Monday then?
We can meet up on Zoom on Monday for briefly if you have any questions, and then just go to iLearn and I can hang out in case you guys have questions.
Okay, thank you.
So if
So is the test on iLearn only going to be open from 3:30 to 4:50, or?
It's only going to be an hour and a half.
Well, is it an hour and a half from when we start, or can I not start it until 3:30?
You cannot start it. I'll make the starting time like 3:35.
And then you will close it off yourself at?
We'll close off automatically and submit whatever you have.
Professor, how long do you think a good answer is?
10 pages. But you won't have enough time to do that. So as long as it takes you to make your point. So if it takes you a page to make your point, you're probably overthinking it. If it takes you half a page, that's probably a good amount.
Half a page?
Please don't do a full page.
Since I'm not grading them, listen to Brittany.
Sure.
So
The more concrete and descriptive and detailed, the better. Just answer the questions as thoroughly as possible. Please avoid any type of fluff.
yes, get to the point very quickly. Tell them what the point is. If you want to do bullet points, that's fine, but don't just bullshit.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we get it. We just want to know that you're comprehending the material. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, there's not too many concepts. This whole class is basically hands-on. There's very few concepts. You read the book, know what the book is, know what the negotiations are if they're your BATNA, your distributive or integrative. Okay, so I mean, we've done 4 case studies and read a book and some videos on iLearn. There's not a whole lot of material that you need to know.
So would these questions be a lot of reflection on our negotiations from before?
Absolutely. Okay.
For your class recordings, there's like a password required.
No, I fixed that.
Oh, I'm still like unable to access week 3's recordings without a password. I'm not sure if it's
Who's
just
talking?
on my end. Oh, me, Daniel.
Okay, Daniel.
Yes.
All right, I'll double check those tonight, later tonight.
Okay.
Make sure that everything is accessible. If not, you can go to YouTube.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I will double. I thought I fixed all those, so I'll double check that.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So back to the negotiations. A few of you didn't quite finish them, so you should have only a few minutes to do that. And then we're going to do some new negotiating. Okay. So think about how you divided up the pie. Is it one and done? Hey, we just want a few thousand. We'll pay you back in a few months. Get the hell out of our lives. We don't need any entrepreneurs or investors. Or is it a long-term repayment type of thing where you're going to take 5 years and give them a portion of the profits? So is it an ongoing investment, or do you want to open up more locations? You have 2 chefs working out of the same location. Do you want to do another chef in the other side of town? So, you know, these are the kind of things that you would think about in real life. Okay, and what partnership, what type of partnerships did you want to develop? Do you want these investors in your life forever? Do you want them in your life for a few days? Okay, and then exit strategy. A lot of people don't consider this, especially small businesses, when they do partnerships. Did you even think about an exit strategy once you're done with their investors? Now that you know what you are going to do, how are you going to get out of it? If one of the partners dies, are you going to go into business with their spouse or their significant other? Because they're going to own 50%, or, you know, they own 50% of the life of the person who died. So they're going to take over and own part of your business. So if there's a contingency for that. So these are the things in real life you really need to think about when negotiating and conflict resolution. Next negotiation is going to be more of a conflict resolution and what your alternatives are, just like my conflict resolution with my insurance company. You know, they said, no, we're not going to help you. So what do I do? I just say, okay, whatever. I'm just going to go sit in my room and put my head down and cry. No, you know, I'm not going to take no for an answer. Of course, that probably comes from years and years of doing sales, but I very rarely take no for an answer, except for my wife. All right. For those of you who missed the assignment on 420, you can start the negotiation from scratch with a partner and get half credit for the assignment. So I think that's being very generous, and I will let you guys do that. We're going to break up into our rooms. So if you okay, all of it. You wanted me to put the document up. If you don't remember which room you are in, I will go ahead and put that document up. I'll share it with you right now. If I can find it. Okay. All right. So look for your name. I'm going to scroll through. All right. Everybody's paying attention, I hope. Okay. Breakout room 8, 9, and 10. Breakout 10, 11, and 12. 13, 14, 15, and 16. I'm going to keep Anita and Clayton by themselves because it's going to be kind of difficult to put somebody in with them since they're already done. Okay. So you have the new worksheet that's posted on iLearn for what the assignment is today. Answer the questions. You have the 2 subjects that you're going to negotiate, the split of the profits. How are you going to split the profits with your new partners, the entrepreneurs and the chefs? And then what are you going to do for an exit strategy? Okay, so you need to figure out those 2 problems And we have 66 people minus 3, which is 63, divided by 4. So, okay, I'm going to leave 16 rooms. And then I'm going to break you up. If you weren't here last week, stay in the main room. I'm going to let everybody go to the breakout rooms, but you're going to have to join whatever room you're in. Okay, and then and Brittany and I will double check everything and make sure everybody's in the right room. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know right now.
And just to clarify, if you are put in the wrong room, don't worry about it. Go to the bottom. It's going to say breakout rooms, and then you should be able to click it and then choose the room that you were originally in.
Yeah, so I'm going to randomly break you guys up into 16 rooms, and then whatever room you were in previously, go back to that room. All right? All right, you guys are free to go. And if you didn't have a room previously, Tanner and who else? Hey, Mia, thanks for joining us.
Hello. Let's see.
I like your background. I want to be at the beach right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, Professor, when I was inside the breakout room, it didn't have the option for us to go and switch. I think what you may have to do is actually manually put us in our groups.
That's what I was afraid of. All right. So, okay, everybody go back to a breakout. Okay, everybody go back to their breakout room, and I will manually switch everybody, and we'll see if Mia and Brittany can also manually switch. Yeah, later. Okay. All right, so everybody.
It looks like people aren't able to join into other breakout rooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Unless we make everyone a co-host.
Can we do that? Oh, that's what a pain in the ass that is. That'd be just as bad as doing all the breakout rooms. Okay. Okay, so breakout room 1. Can you do that? Can you switch anybody, Brittany?
No, I only have the option of joining the original breakout room and then jumping into different breakout rooms.
All right. So okay. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have to do this manually. So everybody download what you need to do. Hang on for a few minutes and while I switch everybody. All right. If you have any questions, ask. Now I have to find everybody. What a pain in the ass this is. Okay, he's in. Okay. Alexander, you need to go back to your room.
Yeah, I was in a different breakout room. I wasn't able to join the correct room I needed to be in.
I know, but I can't move you from here.
Oh.
Wait,
okay.
hold on a second.
Professor, I need to be assigned to a room as well. The same room as Alexander.
Yeah, we're room number 1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
You guys need to get back to a breakup room. This is going to take me you know what? This is not going to work because this is going to take me half the class. All right. Okay, so everybody return to the main room. Everyone return to the main room. We still got a few people who don't. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is not going to work. This is going to take half the class in order to do this. And I have a few people who are still in breakout rooms, 6 people who are not paying attention. All right. So I'm thinking that we'll just break you guys up and then continue on part 2 of the negotiation with your new groups based off of what you guys did with your last group. And we'll see how that works.
Professor, what if we haven't finished negotiating with our last group?
Then you're out of luck. You can renegotiate with them if you like. You can start a Zoom with them.
What if I just don't want to make a deal? Can I just not negotiate with them?
Why don't you want to make a deal, Alan?
They're being aggressive. Like, I'm offering more money and they won't let me decide on anything. So why would I want to work with them?
Well, then you take Mia with you and have her mediate and then say, hey, what's the deal?
What? But you said I could make no deal yesterday. You said I didn't have to make a deal.
Oh, you're so defensive, Alan. Yeah.
Well, I was offering more money and they won't let me pick the truck. They won't let me pick anything. They're like, I'm like, nah.
You do realize if you don't make a deal, you're $5,000 short of opening up your business, so you're not going to be able to open up your business, right?
I was on the entrepreneur side, so I can invest elsewhere because I have a better banter than they have.
You don't even know what your banta is.
Because I could invest elsewhere. Because I was talking to you about this yesterday after class.
Okay. In your confidential history, what banta did they give you?
They didn't give me anything. They said they only had $10,000.
Why? Why did they not give you a banta? They didn't give you an alternative company or alternative investors, did they?
So we have to make a deal, or?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Hey, Professor, I have a suggestion for this new breakout thing.
Okay.
Just to make it easy with whatever groups we get put with, we can split into chef and entrepreneur, and then just split it down the middle, assuming that we split the middle. That way we all have equal footing on how to negotiate. It would still give us the opportunity to negotiate going forward based on that premise without having to waste time
I would
making
like
a new deal.
to actually, why don't we do this? If you're not 2 and 2 in your group, let me know and then I'll split you up and then I'll put you in a different group. That's still going to be like half the class.
We could create our own Zoom meetings and just give our meeting ID to our group members to continue negotiating.
All of you have that capability?
Anyone can make a Zoom meeting.
We would have to leave this session first. So we would have to leave class to make the new meeting to send to our group members and then.
Okay, why don't we do this then? Why don't we leave class? Make a new meeting, stay in your groups, and then come back in half an hour. And I'll leave the meeting open.
Sir, that's going to be very hard because we don't have each other's numbers or emails or anything to be able to communicate with our group.
Actually,
There's a chat box.
Zoom has everybody's email if you do it through UCR.
Garen, check your text.
Professor, what about if we just like do new rooms and we just start again?
Well, that's what I was going to do.
Let's do that.
That's easier, isn't it? Because
Exactly.
we have to go through Zoom and do all that other stuff. It's just gonna take longer.
I feel like we can be productive now. We know what to do. We're just gonna do it and we're gonna make it happen.
All right, hold on.
I like his idea. Let's just knock it out. All of us have the information.
Wait, so we're gonna completely scratch what we did Monday?
Well, no, you're still going to have to fill out the sheets.
How about we call each other? Like we just get our partners' numbers and then call each other.
I don't mean to be rude, but this class only has 30 more minutes and I have other classes. I can't take that much time to come up with a whole, join breakout rooms and find each other's emails and find each other's numbers.
All right.
I think we should just all get full credit on the assignment since it's like so difficult.
It's not difficult. What's so difficult about it?
I want to be like some Cash App person, like leaving my number in the chat for everyone.
All right, so this has turned out to be a nightmare. Thank you, Zoom. I appreciate it.
Zoom's adapting with the times.
Yeah. All right. So I was going to do a poll, but you know what? I think we're gonna split you guys up. I'm gonna let you talk about try and stay the same as what you were. If you were an entrepreneur, stay as an entrepreneur, and if you were a chef, stay as a chef in your new groups, and basically just discuss what you can, and then we'll go from there. And then that's pretty much all we can do right now.
So we're completely starting over from Monday, right?
You're completely starting over on not from Monday. You're starting over today. Everybody's done the initial negotiation, so you guys should all know the background. Okay.
If we're not able to make a deal, it'll just be the same outcome as Monday.
No. It's not. You're not making the same deal. You're doing the deal on the two new issues that we brought up.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do we do how Aaron had suggested, and we start with the split down the middle? Whatever the middle one is, on capital, van, equipment, and facilities, and then just go off and make negotiations on the next two things that we're supposed to do today.
Make a negotiation on the two things that you're supposed to do today. So you're going to split up the profits. How are you going to split the profits up? Who do you think should get the majority of the profits, or are you going to split them 50-50, even though you didn't negotiate 50-50? And then what's your exit strategy? So I think those are actually really good discussions, because in real life, if you have a partnership, those are the things that most people miss in a partnership when they discuss what's happening. And then when somebody wants to leave the partnership, there's a lot of hard feelings that go on, and a lot of people get screwed over. Okay, so those two issues are a good thing to discuss. Discuss them as if you are what you did on Monday. Okay, and I'll bring you back in about 15-20 minutes and we'll call it a day.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Professor.
All right, so go back to your breakout rooms, the ones you were in before.
Can you send me the breakout room one? I accidentally left the whole meeting a minute ago.
Yeah, I left the same meeting. I left the meeting as well. I was in breakout room 3 this time around.
Okay, so undefined. Okay, so
what if we weren't here on Monday, Professor?
I'm gonna do this randomly.
Y'all are stressed.
All right, everybody else, you should be in your breakout room.
Can you put me in breakout room 1? I accidentally left.
I left mine as well. I was in 11, I think.
Yes. Okay, one.
Professor, I was in breakout room 1 too, but I didn't get the link to join again.
Okay. I can't put anybody else in breakout room 1. They're full.
Oh. Okay.
I was actually not put in a room.
Yeah, Tanner, hold on.
I don't know. Oh, whoops.
This is less than ideal, this breakout room situation. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, 9 people that need to go into breakout room. So what's going on?
I'm just like with another guy and we're just 2. No, but I think somebody's not paying attention.
What group are you in?
16.
Okay, go back to 16.
All right.
I'm in 16, but I wasn't here on Monday, so I don't know if I should just join.
Go back to a group. It doesn't matter.
You should join 16, Tim.
Okay.
I was in breakout room 11, Professor.
You are in 11?
Yeah.
I'm assigned to breakout room 16.
Okay, where do you want to go?
You should probably does someone not have a room?
I was in 11 as well.
Okay, well, the problem is I can't, if you guys are not in your breakout rooms, I can't assign you to a room. Leonardo, you're going to breakout room 5. Or what room did you want to go to, Leonardo?
Oh, for me, it's the same. I'm just saying, like, the guy in 16, we were just me and Derek, and
Okay, you're in 16 again.
So I was put in breakout room 8.
Okay. I think it's just randomly putting people in the breakout rooms. Wendy or Kennedy, what are you doing?
I don't have access to my breakout room. I was in 11.
Okay, I am going to put you in one right now. This is a nightmare.
That was intense.
Oh, man. Because I tried to do this before class and they wouldn't let me do it. Because I had all the groups. It wouldn't let me do anything.
That's crazy. I thought it would just let you input people into the rooms.
Well, I can adjust them and move them around, but that's going to take me all friggin' class.
Yeah, that was weird.
I can't do it before class because there's nobody in the room to do it with.
And Zoom is so odd.
Yeah.
Now everyone will forget about it come tomorrow.
Care. What's up, Shreya?
Great. We're missing someone in our group and we only have 3 people. Should we just go ahead and start or?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, so then 2 people against 1 basically.
What group are you in?
8.
8. Okay, let's see here. I will. Where's Kennedy and Raphael? They just disappeared. Some of these people just left. All right. What a cluster mess up this is. What's up, Tim?
Is there any spare person?
Is there, what room were you in?
16. There's only 3 of us.
Okay. Well, then work on it.
Okay.
All right. Go back to 16.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Shreya, go to 6. Were you in 16?
I was in 8.
Oh, you're in 8. Okay, so go back to 8 and just do 1 person on the other team.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Thank you.
Oh wait, breakout room 8. Let's put this new person in breakout room 8. Daniel, you're going to breakout room 8.
Yeah, I was actually in breakout room 8, but somehow I was just put in a waiting room.
Okay, go ahead and go back.
There's no option to go back. I left the Zoom meeting because I just saw a white screen actually.
Okay, you're going back to 8 now. See, I can put people in rooms, but if I go one by one, that's all, everybody's in every room. What a nightmare. See, nothing goes perfect, right? All right.
Streak though. After this, it's all uphill.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it was nice to hear everyone's negotiation styles.
I know. Yeah, they were. I think they were negotiating hard for skipping class. So, do we still have 76 people enrolled in this class?
I've never seen 78 people, 76 people ever. It averages 61 to 63.
Yeah.
Like around 64, honestly, is the average, I would say.
Because I checked the roster and there's like 70 something people.
There's no way.
Maybe at the end of this we can Mia has directions, but maybe we can see what we can do about getting Zoom's version of the attendance.
Oh yeah, I was gonna download those. I was gonna work on that this weekend. My TA is super lazy and doesn't want to do it during the class section. And I said, you know what, you're gonna have to, because it's just.
Yeah, it's how hard is it to be a TA? Like, do you have to take a test?
No, you just have to. If you're not ESL, if you're ESL, then you have to take the English test. But if your English is good, sufficient, then you're fine. Most TAs are just lazy.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know how to be lazy.
When
Yeah, that would take effort, I swear to God, because I would just
assholes though. So.
I see the misses.
Chase the cat out. She's in heat. She's chasing me around the house. All right. But no, I had a professor who was a real asshole. And I was his TA, and he was just looking for me to do something wrong so he could berate me.
Oh man, that's got to be a horrible situation.
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong, so he couldn't do anything. He told me that without PhDs, business owners couldn't run their business.
What?
Yeah.
He needs to update his educational book, because I know plenty of people that have gotten their PhDs in the hard knocks of life, and that is very much substantial.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with these people, but anyway.
You got to have them though. There's like a yin and yang, because for you to be able to differentiate yourself, you kind of have to have that.
That's the problem I have at UCRs, because it's a UC school and they're really big on research.
Yeah.
I don't have a PhD, so they kind of look down on me.
Oh, but you're in it and you're still doing your thing. Here's what they say. My stepdad always says, those who can't do teach. But you're doing both. You see what I mean? So
I'm just doing this to retire so I don't have to work so hard.
yeah, well, you're doing either way, man. You're definitely pulling it in. I don't know. I would take your advice before I just took a professor that just does research.
Well, that's the thing, is that they'll like not teach for a quarter because they're doing research, or 2 quarters, or not at all. They'll just do research. So I like teaching. I like interacting with people. So.
Well, you're contributing,
Yeah.
So. Oh, you know what? There's people waiting to get in.
All right, let me double check.
I'm admitting them all.
Oh, you're admitting them all?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.